What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine 50th Anniversary 2-pack where we get Logan and Sabretooth. So this is a pretty cool 2-pack. Again, we get another Logan, at least this time he's in more casual clothes, so jeans and a button-up with a cowboy hat. It comes with some cards, so like he's playing poker. So that looks pretty cool, but then we get Sabretooth, which is the cool thing out of this, a new updated Sabretooth. Of course, he's going to be big. You can see the bottom of Wolverine's feet where Sabretooths go down in there, so he's going to be a big figure and just looks awesome with that classic design for him. So I'm absolutely love that figure. It looks awesome. If we spin around there, we have a picture for that they tried to recreate for this. So trying to do the Wolverine number 10. So that looks pretty awesome. So just trying to recreate that, and I'll kind of tell you more about that story. So that looks awesome. And then just because we have it and didn't know what else to do with, I'm just going to throw it in this video as well. But we also have Angel. So we have this new Angel figure that looks amazing. I'm so excited for this. This is a figure that looks awesome, and I've been excited to check out. Just love his costume. Comes with the nice angel wings, so that'll look really cool as well. So we'll be taking a look at him along with this pack, so maybe we can have Wolverine and Angel team up against Sabretooth. So let me go and get these open out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. So let's start off with Wolverine, and this is again supposed to be from Wolverine number 10 from 1987. And in this comic, we see Logan in Madripoor as Patch, where he's having flashbacks when he was living in Canada with Silver Fox, and Sabretooth comes in and kills Silver Fox. So Logan tries to avenge her, but ends up getting beat by Sabretooth, and it's explained that he loses because he hasn't fought very much at this point in time, so it's pretty much a flashback. But here we have Logan, or looks pretty cool like this, just in like casual clothes. We've had figures, of course, that have looked very similar to this in the past, and I'll show you some of them. But there we get his face, so it looks, pretty similar. So with the mutton chops there, the longer hair, and of course the hair sort of sticking out under the cowboy hat that he has on, so that's nice as well. And then his face is just kind of stoked there, nothing much going on with the face wise. Then it goes down, you can see some of the hair on his chest, so they have that printed on there. And then he's got this red shirt on over the top, which looks pretty nice. There's even like, nice little details, almost like threading design stuff, which is cool. But it's got pockets and buttons, all sorts of stuff there, and the sleeves rolled up, so just nice design for that shirt overall. Then he's got blue jeans and a belt buckle on his belt. Again, we've had this pretty much. These pants are probably reused from past ones, with brown cowboy style boots there on his feet. And then of course he's got the hair coming down his arms as well, to the claws sticking out of his hand. So just looks like your pretty standard Wolverine, just out of any costume, so just in standard clothes. But for movements, we get the head that'll twist all the way around. It can look down that far and up that far, so relatively decent movements in the head there. Then we get the shoulders that come up to 90 and can rotate all the way around. We get the bicep twist and the double elbow joint that can bend up a little bit hard with the lower joint, because it's designed a little weird with coming into the arm, so it kind of goes down into the arm there, so a little bit weirder joint. But with both of those, it does bend all the way up on itself, so really nice for that. And then we of course get the wrist that'll twist around and flex back and forth. Then we can go to the ab crunch, so we get an actual like ab crunch thing here, so he can crunch back and forth and twist all the way around. Of course, not a whole lot of crunching, but if you get it sort of worked out, it moves a little more. And then he can also twist all the way around at his waist. Then we get the hips that come up to pretty close to 90 and out to the side. Thigh twist all the way around. The double knee joint that'll bend up that far to the back, which isn't too bad. And then we get the foot that'll rock back and forth and can twist side to side. And then it does have an ankle joint down here, so that'll twist all the way around as well. So relatively decent movements, nothing too crazy. We do have pins in the legs, but pinless in the arms. So that's cool, that sort of mixture there of the old and new. But it just gives us this Logan, like I said, or as I call him, in his casual clothes. Now, accessory-wise, we do get an extra head for him. So we get a head that's relatively the same. Looks like he may have a little smirk, but he's got a cowboy hat that's black this time. So instead of this brown color, we get black, so let's switch that out. So there he is with the black cowboy hat. Of course, I don't really know which one I'd prefer or care for. I think the brown more matches with his boots, so the brown hat would look a little bit better, but still just, doesn't look that much different. We do get some extra hands as well, so we get some grip hands, so more like an open claw hand and a grip hand, which with this grip hand, we can give him the set of poker cards as well that we get. So we get a hand of poker. It looks like we got a full house with 2 queens and 3 sevens, so probably with this grip hand, you can put put that in his hand, so he could be holding on to those just like that. So that is cool that he comes with that. So it's nice. We get Xavier logos on the back of them too, so like they're from Xavier School, so that's pretty nice. And like I said, we can easily switch that out for the right hand to give that to him. But of course, for Wolverine, we always want to have his claws, so that's probably what I'll just leave in. But I like having that extra hand with the ability to hold those cards. And as I mentioned, we've had Wolverines very similar to this in the past. So we have this Wolverine, I just picked this one, but he's got the blue jeans on, pretty much exact same belt buckle and same boot design and stuff, just obviously different colors for him. He's got this sleeveless shirt on, so you see much more of his arms, but then again has like the cowboy hat on, but this one's brown compared to the black one. So it's pretty cool. It's just different and new. Has the newer like face printing designs that look more realistic. I don't think I like these too much. I think they just look a little too weird to me. Like they don't look gruff enough for Wolverine as I would prefer. But I think overall like, the likeness and stuff looks pretty good with like the more realistic designs. Just obviously not my preferred look, but it is nice just to get a different Wolverine. You know, with all these packs we've been getting all different types, which is nice. We're not getting like repeats or same costumes we've had before. They're sort of just a little bit different than in the past. So it's nice to get this. Not a necessary figure, probably won't do much with it, but it is nice to have. So overall, this looks cool. This is always the way I picture Sabretooth, so this is perfect for me. This is the best Sabretooth figure we've had so far. I like this with design. Of course, the classic designs of like the dark yellow, almost gold, and the brown looks really good together. And then they made this one much taller, so I'll show you a comparison of like the past version that looks very similar to this. It's just this one's much taller now and buffer and everything, so that is always cool, but looks nice. So there we get his face, of course, his crazy wild face with the all white eyes, his mouth open, showing his pointed canines there. You can see his tongue and everything. And then we get some of his costume. So he has this brown section of the costume that comes up around his head and hair and even comes to the point down here on his face with his crazy bushy blonde eyebrows and his blonde hair sticking out the top. And he has the mutton chops as well on the side, similar to Wolverine. Then he's got the hair on his costume coming off the back here. So this big like fur piece sticking off the back of his shoulders. That looks really nice. Always a cool detail. And then his spandex costume again with the brown collar. So it goes down the arms to the glove, down the midsection, and down the legs. I thought it'd go all the way down, but it just kind of stops there on the thighs and continues down the back as well and meets up with that. And then he's got this golden yellow collar on the inside of his arms and the sides coming down his legs. I love he's got the tiger stripe design, again very similar to what we see with Wolverine, down to the shoes where he does have brown points on the end of them there. And then of course, as I mentioned, the claws and fangs for his major weapon. So overall looks very cool, and especially when you see other figures compared to and stuff, just how big he is, it looks awesome. But we'll do his movements. So his head will twist around. Now with this fur on his back, it doesn't really do too much. You can go side to side, but you can look down that far and up that far. So again, that fur is in the way. I do think you can take it off. I don't know if it's glued on or anything, but I assume you could just easily pop that off. You can with all the past Sabretooths. Then we go down to the shoulders that come up to 90 with the butterfly back and forth. Actually, there it looks like it, yeah, it just actually came off. So it does come off. Oh, it does look like it maybe was glued on there, but ours came off, so we'll have to decide if we want to glue that back on or what we want to do with it. But yeah, it looks like it can come off if you get it undone. But yeah, then we get the arm there that moves back and forth, so good range for that, and can twist all the way around. We get the bicep twist and the double elbow joint that can bend all the way up on itself, or very close to it at least there, so really good for that, with the wrist that'll twist around and hinge back and forth. Then we go to the ab crunch that'll crunch forward, crunch back, so pretty decent crunching for him. Then the waist twist all the way around. The hips will come up to 90 and out to the side. Thigh twist all the way around. You get the double knee joint that'll bend up that far to the back, which isn't bad. And then we get the foot that'll flex back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty good movements overall from him, especially with a bigger body. A lot of times, you know, we get less range of movements, but he's not too bad. Not the best movements, but not bad either. And again, very similar to that Wolverine. We get pins in the knees, but pinless in the arms. So again, a nice combination. So reusing probably that same old body for the lower half. I think people always say it's like the Omega Red body or whatever, but just the bigger, bulkier body that we've got more recently. And accessory wise, we do get an additional head. So we get a head that just got a nice little like smile to it, so we can have him like a feral face there, or just a little smile to it. Still both look evil, but if you depends on, you know, the level of anger you want for him. And then we get some additional hands that are again the claw-like forms. We get one that's more of like grip hand, and then a wider claw hand. And again, you can switch those out for either of those. So all of them are still claw options, just different variations of claw materials. So depending on what you want to do fight wise for it. And as I mentioned, we have had Sabretooth before. So here's one in very similar costumes. So the older Sabretooth here, again, very similar costume designs, but you can see the height difference between the two. So again, love this new one just for how tall it is, and again, bigger, beefier body and everything. Legs still look pretty similar, but different shoe design and stuff, but still nice to have that improvement with the bigger body there compared to that. And then just size wise, we do also have, I think it's the Age of Apocalypse, and I'm just showing this to show off the size. So even it's taller than this Sabretooth, so Sabretooth still could be bigger, but there we just have another big version of Sabretooth. But this is by far, like I said, gonna be the best because it's the costume I love, and just how big he is looks awesome. So like I said, especially here at the end when we bring in Wolverine, you'll see just how big he is, and it's awesome to get a big version of this design of Sabretooth. And finally today we're looking at Angel, or Warren Worthington III. He's a mutant with a pair of large feathered wings growing from his back, and as a teen he became a costume superhero known as the Avenging Angel, which caught the attention of Professor X, and he was recruited to be a founding member of the X-Men. And of course he has the power of flight with his wings, as well as his body adapted to flying with enhanced strength, speed, reflexes, flexibility, as well as eyesight and hearing to match that, similar to a bird. So overall he looks cool. I love this design. Now, of course, Angel has many costume designs over the years, but this is one I really like. I just love the red and white design. He has the yellow halo on his chest as well. Looks good, but I love the costume, how it comes up around his head. Again, very similar to Cyclops, like Sabretooth just had as well. Just where I love where the costume comes up around their head, but you still see their face. But he's got his blonde hair sticking out of the top there, so again, like Cyclops as well. But love how his ears are covered there, so they're still there, just covered up. And that red comes down, of course, transitioning to the white here that goes up around his arms and to the back, but then comes down his arms, down the sides of his legs, white boots, white gloves that meet up there with that as well. So it just looks nice with the design. Of course, with the holes in the back for his wings to go in, but overall just nice looking body. It's a nice newer looking body. I assume this was going to be Vulcan's, but Vulcan has the butterfly joints and he doesn't, so it's not exactly his body, but it looks very similar to it just overall. So nice looking design for this. But movement wise, we get that'll twist all the way around, can look down that far and up that far. Of course, really good movements with that hinge joint. We get the shoulders that come up to 90 and can rotate all the way around. We get the bicep twist and the double elbow joint that can bend pretty much all the way up on itself, so that's really good. Wrist will twist around and hinge back and forth. Then we get the ab crunch in the middle, so he'll crunch forward, crunch back. A little bit stiff in this joint, but pretty decent crunching back and forth. Then he'll twist all the way around at the waist. The hips will come up to 90 and out to the side. We get a thigh twist all the way around. Oh, and as you can see, if you start to do the movements, the white's starting to peel off, which is by far the biggest downfall of this figure is the white. It's not too bad on the legs there, but you kind of get on the lower legs, and then especially on the arm here, the white coverage doesn't do as well on top of the red. So it's, you can see some of the red through it, and then the paint didn't cover and is scraping off, as you can see. So this figure may not look too good over time, but it does look really good now. Just over time may not work too well. But then we get the double knee joint. That's going to be a little bit stiff because it's the pinless knee joint as usual, but it can bend up to the back all the way there, kicking itself in the butt. Then we get the shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot will flex back and forth and twist side to side. So stiffness in joints just because they are the pinless joints, but overall works out really good. So especially good range in the arms and legs there. So that works out pretty decent. But then we get accessories. So first we get an additional head. So this one has a weird smile and then has some more like details coming down, like more of a point onto his face and onto the side, so just a different look for it. So let's switch it out. So there's that face, and I don't think I like this too much. Again, it's got a weird smile, very similar to what we've been seeing with the DC multiverse figures, just have weird smiles on it. I don't mind the costume design too much, I just don't think it has a very good smile design. It reminds me a lot of Freddie Mercury, so yeah, I'll definitely be keeping that other head on. And then he also comes with a set of hands, so we get more open hands. This would be good for him flying, so we get this set of fist or the more open hands, again depending on how we want to pose him up. But then of course we do get his angel wings as well, which these look really cool and have a nice design to them. So let's go put these into his back. So there he is with the wings just folded down. Of course look really nice position here with them folded down like this. Nice layer of featherings and little feather details, and I like how it's like this grayish cream color to it. Looks pretty nice overall. There's what they look like from the back. Very nice looking wings overall. And of course we can move these, so these do spread out, so you can unfold them, and they are 3 different levels, which makes it really nice. So you get a nice wing spread to them and nice like layered out, so they look really nice there. Let me zoom out so there you can see them a little bit better. So nice wide wingspan on this that looks really cool. Of course still not many issues getting into the stand or anything, even with the wings on his back. and then those wings, so they have the 3 movements, so we can get them still in like different positions if you want to place them there. And then of course in the back it does rotate around and can hinge back and forth, so you can have them more angled or whatever you want to do with them. Get them in different positions. I think looks really cool. I just think this looks awesome. So this just standing there with the wings all majestic looks amazing. So that's really going to be an awesome addition into the shelf. And again, you can pose them up with flying and everything, because they'll easily look up, so you can easily look up flying there as well. So all sorts of cool stuff we can do with this figure now. And of course we've had angels in the past, mostly archangels. I don't think we have any actual angels, so this is nice to really get this figure, because it fills in a spot for us with angel. But of course with angels we've had archangels, and we've made a custom in the past. So we've used that older Cyclops body with the X design, just put the extra angel head on there, of course more when he's archangel and turned blue. And then a set, I think it's a custom wing thing we may have put in there as well. So we've been using that just as angel. And then of course we have archangel as well with his big metal wings, so of course where he turns into a horseman of apocalypse. So we have archangel and angel there together as well. So now I can't wait to get an updated version of archangel, because by this one we really need an updated version. But my god, this angel is just beautiful. It looks amazing. Like I said, unfortunately the paint's not going to hold up over time. Like just noticing it, like especially on the shoulder, it's hard to see, but it's already starting to like scrape off there. So that'll be the biggest issue with this. But everything else, the body, the wings, all of it just look amazing. So this is going to be an awesome addition to the collection. Well, there's our 3 figures together. Of course, our Wolverine and Sabretooth from that 2-pack. And again, you can see just how tall Sabretooth is, especially compared to Wolverine. And heck, even compared to our normal size, like 6-inch figure, that Angel is Sabretooth is much taller than Angel, which is really cool. So awesome to get that big version of Sabretooth. Like I said, the Wolverine is just fine. I don't really care for it too much, but came with the 2-pack, so to get Sabretooth, we had to get Wolverine. He looks just fine, but nothing amazing. But that Angel just looks awesome as well. Like I said, absolutely love that figure. I just wish the paint would hold up a little bit better, but just looks awesome with the actual figure design, and the wings that added onto it just make it look amazing. That is such an awesome figure. So let me know what you thought of these 3 down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with that thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.